you run hydraulic breakers long enough, you know the sound. That moment when the hammer stops hitting the way it should. The machine slows down, the operator backs off, and everyone on the job knows what's coming next. Downtime. If you've ever owned a breaker, you know exactly what I'm talking about. At some point, that breaker ends up opened up on the shop floor with parts laid out everywhere and a repair bill that makes your stomach turn. I've seen it over and over again. Hydraulic breakers look simple from the outside, but internally they're complex machines with a lot of moving parts. Pistons, seals, bushings, valves, and every time that tool hits rock, it's basically beating itself to death. All that vibration is brutal. It's hard on the attachment, it's hard on your excavator, and it's hard on your operator. Eventually, something's going to wear out, something's going to crack, something fails. Then the breaker goes down and the real cost starts. Now your machine is sitting still, your crew is waiting, and your schedule is slipping. And the repair bill is just the beginning. Because it's not just about the cost of parts and labor, it's the domino effect that follows. Every hour that your excavator is down, you're losing production. Jobs get delayed, crews get backed up, and sometimes you're even dealing with penalties because the project fell behind schedule. Even when the breaker is working, there's another problem. They're slow. A hydraulic breaker punches rock. It chips away at it. That means you're constantly repositioning, making multiple passes, and spending a lot of time and fuel just trying to make progress. So you've got an attachment that breaks down often, costs a lot to repair, and moves slower than molasses in winter. That's the breaker nightmare. And if you've been in this business long enough, you've probably lived it. I know I have. My family owns a construction company called T&C Contracting. For years, we did exactly what most contractors do. When we hit rock, we grabbed the hydraulic breaker and went to work. But over time, we started seeing the same problems again and again. Breakers wearing out, repair costs piling up, production slowing down. Then we started working with drum cutters and chain cutters. Instead of hammering the rock, they cut it. Smooth, continuous cutting without the violent impacts and the vibration that destroy breakers. Once we started using them in our own construction company, everything changed. The production was faster, the machines ran smoother, and the maintenance headaches were dramatically reduced. In fact, we were so impressed with the results that we ended up replacing all of our hydraulic breakers with a fleet of Chemrock drum cutters and chain cutters for our day-to-day work. That experience is actually what led me to become a dealer. I saw firsthand how much time and money this technology could save contractors, and I realized that most people here in the United States didn't even know it existed. Drum cutters like these have been used across Europe for almost 40 years. They're proven machines that have already done the work on thousands of projects. They're built differently from a breaker. Instead of relying on violent impacts, they use heavy-duty gearboxes and rotating drums that continuously cut through rock. The wear happens on the cutting picks, which are designed to be replaced quickly and cheaply. The core of the machine is built for durability, and the productivity difference can be huge. In many applications, a drum cutter can be 3 to 5 times more productive than a hydraulic breaker. What might take a breaker several days of hammering can often be completed in a fraction of that time with a cutter. That means faster production, fewer breakdowns, and far less wear and tear on your equipment. So instead of fighting with the same breaker problems year after year, more contractors are starting to look at a better option, one that cuts rock instead of beating it. If you're tired of dealing with breaker downtime, repair bills, and slow production, it might be time to take a serious look at drum cutters. At Rock Hard Solutions, we work with contractors every day who are ready for a more efficient way to handle rock excavation. If you want to see whether a Chemrock cutter can make sense for your next project, reach out and let's talk.